Queen Illyra Saketh's elite guards snapped their rifles skyward, muzzles locking on her throne. Staff Sergeant Mara Vance stepped between them and the Queen. The air thickened with tension. Mara's hand hovered near her holstered pistol. She scanned the line of armored Saketh warriors, 10 strong, their iridescent scales glinting under the chamber's crystal lights. Protocol demanded 2 guards per dais flank. 8 extras? That broke every shadow check she'd run. "Stand down," Captain Trex Juno barked from the chamber doors. His voice echoed off marble walls. "The Queen is relieved for stability's sake." Mara's earpiece crackled. "Sergeant, drone feed shows outer hall's ceiling. Threx is locking you in." Corporal J. Lynn's words cut sharp through the comms link. "Copy, J. Protocol breach confirmed." Mara kept her tone flat. Her eyes flicked to the Queen. Illyra sat rigid, her multifaceted crown casting rainbows. 4 arms crossed in regal poise. No panic, just calculation. Threx advanced, boots thudding. "Human liaison. This doesn't concern you. Step aside." Mara didn't budge. "My post is protect the principal. You know the treaty terms." The guards shifted. Rifles hummed to life, energy coils whining. Threx sneered, mandibles clicking. "Treaties void when the realm fractures. Chamberlain Voro's already declared for the council." Voro. Mara clocked the Chamberlain in the shadows near the side entrance, his robes whispering as he palmed the control panel. Doors hissed shut behind Threx. Massive slabs of alloy slamming home. "No exit. Joe, doors locked." "Service routes," Mara murmured, eyes on Threx. "Mapping now. Hatch under dais leads to kitchens. Jammed signal ahead. Hostile net." Threx raised a clawed hand. "Caesar. Lethal if she resists." Guards surged. Mara exploded into motion. She shoved Illyra off the throne dais, both tumbling behind its bulk. The Queen's robes tangled, but Mara yanked her clear. Rifle fire scorched the air. Blue plasma bolts vaporizing throne cushions. "Down!" Mara slapped a smoke grenade from her vest. She yanked the pin and lobbed it center floor. Thick gray clouds billowed, choking the chamber in seconds. Coughs erupted from the guards. Illyra's compound eyes widened at Mara. "You dare touch! Move or die, your majesty!" Mara gripped the Queen's upper wrist, cool scales under her glove, and hauled her toward the dais base. A panel gleamed. Service hatch. Mara kicked it open. Hinges groaned. Plasma lanced through smoke, singeing Mara's boot. She fired back blind. 3 suppressed rounds from her pistol. Cracking into the haze, a guard yelped, armor cracking. "Jay, light the way." Hatch confirmed clear for 20 meters. Turn left at fork. Avoid Voro's ambush point. They plunged into the duct. Narrow, steam-hissed confines forced Mara to stoop. Illyra matched pace, her lower arms pumping. "My gods betray me?" Threx was oath-sworn. Power shifts fast. Mara glanced back. Smoke trailed them. Footsteps pounded outside the hatch. The duct spat them into palace kitchens. Vast halls of steaming vats and hovering auto-chefs. Empty. Too empty. Mara pulled Illyra behind a counter. "Stay low." Jay's voice buzzed. Motion in East Corridor. Threx, splitting units. Drones threading your signal. Barely. Mara peeked. 2 guards stalked the hall, rifle sweeping. Saketh night vision pierced shadows better than hers. She needed advantage. "Queen, your palace. Weak points?" Illyra's mandibles flexed. Trust flickered in her gaze. Vent above the ovens. Drops to laundry chute. Mara nodded. Go. They sprinted. Guards spotted them. Intruders! Bolts scorched tiles. Mara dove, rolled, came up firing. Her pistol barked, headshot on the lead guard. He crumpled, scales spraying ichor. The second ducked, returned fire. Plasma grazed Mara's shoulder plate, heat glooming. Illyra reached the vent first, her upper arms pried open. Human. Now! Mara backpedaled, emptying her mag. The guard jerked, vented smoke from his rifle. Overheating. She reloaded mid-stride and leaped. They dropped into darkness. Laundry chute whooshed them down 3 levels. Mara landed braced, Illyra atop her. Fabric muffled the impact. Clear? Mara gasped. For now. Illyra disentangled, eyes scanning. You fight like no liaison I've seen. Job's the job. Mara checked attack pad. Red blips closed in. J. Guards converging on your posse service tunnels east to Hangar Bay. Voros rerouting lifts. Bastards betting on Threx. Mara led the dash. Pipes groaned overhead. Alarms wailed distant. They hit a junction. 4 paths. Left, Shay said. Drone eyes on Threx's main force. Betrayal stung less when expected. Mara had flagged Threx's shift change an hour prior. Guards rotating off schedule. Whispers in the halls. Voros' schedule's always bent for maintenance. She'd lugged it. Command ignored. Now Palace turned kill box. A squad rounded the corner ahead. 6 guards. Threx at lead. There! Mara shoved Illyra into cover. A coolant pipe cluster. She primed a flashbang. Eyes shut, Majesty. The grenade arced. Detonation blinded the squad. Sarketh vision overloaded by the strobes. Screams. Echoed. Mara charged through. Pistol up, she dropped 2 with precise doubles. Threx swung his rifle. Mara sidestepped, cracked his helm with her stock. He staggered. You're no mere soldier. Threx growled, mandibles flaring. Staff Sergeant. Mara kneed his groin plates. He doubled. She zip-tied his wrists. Treaty rules held for prisoners. Illyra emerged, staring. You bested my captain. Humans train for chaos. Mara hauled Threx up a shield. Talk. Voros play. Threx spat Itcha. Council rises. Your meat. Jay cut in. Hostiles inbound. Voros unit. Hangars 10 minutes. Extract shuttle prepped. They dragged forward. Illyra's lower hand brushed Mara's arm. First voluntary touch. Why? Your kind gains nothing. Loyalty's the gain. Mara met her gaze. Oath's oath. Guards swarmed from a side tunnel. Mara shoved Threx into them. Tangle of scales and curses. She and Illyra bolted. Laser fire chased. A bolt clipped Illyra's robe, searing flesh. She hissed. Mara scooped her up. Fireman's carry. Queen's weight pressed heavy, but adrenaline surged. Hold on! Corridors blurred. Steam vents hissed. Jay vectored. Right! Breach door ahead. Mara shouldered through. Hangar Bay loomed. Shuttles gleaming. Human dropships squatting like a predator. Voro waited center bay, flanked by 8. His voice amplified. End this farce, Sergeant. Deliver the Queen. Claim amnesty. Mara set Illyra down behind crates. Stay. She advanced. Pistol raised. Voro, Open comms log. You tipped Threx. He smirked, claws tapping a remote. Bay doors groaned, sealing. Stability demands sacrifice. J. Drone strike ready. Say go. Not yet. Mara needed Illyra clear. Guards fanned. Voro nodded. Rifles rose. Illyra's voice rang out. Stand down, Voro Kess! By crown authority. Plasma answered. Mara fired first, winged Voro's arm. Chaos erupted. She grabbed Illyra again, sprinting for the dropship. Bolts whined past plasma bolts, scorched the deck plating, inches from Mara's boots. She dove left. Illyra clutched tight over her shoulder and slammed into a service hatch. The Queen's weight shifted. Claws digging into Mara's vest for purchase. Brace! Mara kicked the release. The hatch popped. She rolled them both inside. A bulkhead groaned shut behind, sealing the hangar bay. Voru's shouts cut off mid-curse. Darkness swallowed them. Maintenance tunnels. Narrow, steam-laced veins under the palace skin. Mara dumped Illyra to her feet and slapped her tack light on. Pipes hissed overhead. The air reeked of ozone and lubricant. Illyra gasped, clutching her seared side. Her upper hands pressed the wound. Lower ones flexed, tasting the dim air. Sergeant, the dropship. Compromised. Mara scanned the gloom. Junction ahead forked 3 ways. No signs. No lights. Threx locked us out. We go deep. Find another exit. Illyra's multifaceted eyes gleamed in the beam. She nodded once, sharp. No argument. Mara grabbed her wrist, gentle but firm, and dragged her forward. Footsteps echoed from the hangar side. Muffled orders in guttural Sakith tongue. Hunter teams. All ready. Mara spotted a wall panel ahead, grimy and etched. Palace schematics faded, but intact. She yanked her multi-tool, pried the cover free. Circuits sparked. She sliced the map overlay clean. Flexi-plast sheet. Now hers. Got a blueprint. Mara folded it into her vest. Stick close. We thread this maze before they flood it. Illyra matched her stride, robes torn, but posture straight. Her tail flicked. Alert! Not panicked. You're humans. They fight like cornered Kresh beasts. Mara snorted, trained for it. She tapped her comms earpiece. Static hissed back. Palace jamming. Full spectrum. Lynn, this is Vance. Comms drop? Jay's voice crackled faint. Aura? Signals shit. Jammers up everywhere. Reroute! Mara knelt at a utility repeater box. Popped it open. Wires glowed under her light. Patch through maintenance band. Frequency 47.2 alpha. Fingers flew. Splice. Red to blue. Bypass the lockout. Click. Jay's signal bloomed clear. Got you. Drones circling perimeter. Threx sealed the main bays. Voro's down. Arm shot, but alive. Talking. Mara rose. Illyra beside her. Keep him talking. Buy time. Vector us out. Affirm. Tunnel spiderweb bad. Bulkhead seals active. Threx is doing. He's deploying squads. 14s, 8 per. Funneling you central. Mara cursed under breath. Kill box. Map says service lift 2 levels up. Route. Left fork, 200 meters. Vent shaft bypasses seal 1. Watch Steam Scald's carapace off Saketh. Illyra hissed translation. Her mandibles clicked amusement. Your operator knows our weaknesses. Studies. Mara pulled her along the left fork. Pipes crowded tighter. Condensation dripped. Echoes bounced, clangs of distant hatches. Threx's voice boomed through tunnel speakers, amplified, oily calm. Sergeant Vance. Surrender the Queen. Amnesty for you. Humans welcome in new order. Elira stiffened. Mara squeezed her wrist. Ignore. Stability requires this, Threx continued. Illyra's rule fractures the realm. Join us. Claws scraped metal ahead. Mara killed the light, pressed Elira to the wall. Shadows merged. 2 hunters prowled past, rifles swept low. One sniffed, tail questing. Mara's knife hand itched, but no. Stealth first, they ghosted by. Mara relit, pushed on. Lynn, eyes on Threx? Command deck. Sealing bulkheads now. Your path. Seal dropping in 60. Copy. Mara upped pace. Elira kept up, breathing steady despite the wound. Junction. Vent grate ahead, rusted. Mara wedged her tool in. Pride. Steam whooshed. Hot but survivable. She boosted Elira through first. Queen vanished into the duct. Mara followed, belly crawling. Metal bit knees. Air baked her lungs. Talk to me, Lynn. Seal down. Hunters, rerouting. Thraxes splitting teams. 2 on your tail. 1 flanking upper. Elira's voice echoed soft ahead. Sergeant. Hatch ahead. Locked. Mara crawled faster. Emerged into another tunnel. Elira waited, upper hands on a sealed hatch. Red lights pulsed. Locked. Breacher time. Mara unslung her pack, pulled the charge. Adhesive strip, thumb-sized demo pack. Human make, quiet boom. Max breach. Elira watched, heads tilted. Your explosives. Precise. Ours shatter stone. Job needs doing. Mara slapped its center hatch, armed the timer. 20 seconds. Back. They retreated 20 meters. Bulkhead rumbled nearby, sealing their retreat. Threx funneled tight. Boom. Hatch blew inward, hinges vaporized. Shrapnel pinged harmlessly. Smoke cleared. Mara charged through, pistol drawn. Empty corridor beyond, upward slant, service stairs. Go! Elira bolted ahead, robes flapping. Mara covered rear. Clangs closed in, hunters breaching behind. Lynn! Status, drone feed. Threx's main force holding upper levels. Side door to guest wing. Your 9, 50 meters. Shuttle teams punching in from orbit. Mara relayed the map in her head. Stairs twisted up. Pipes groaned. Pressure building. Another bulkhead seal initiated, lights flashing. Stuck again! Mara slapped another charge, but voices echoed above. Threx's flankers. Elira spun. Claws out. They come. Mara yanked her sidearm. Form up. 2 hunters crested the stairs, scales gleaming, rifles rising. First shot. Mara's pistol barked. Human 10. Slug. Punched through helmet visor. Hunter dropped. Second lunged. Elira met it. Lower arms locked its rifle. Upper clawed throat. Gurgle. She shoved the corpse aside. Mara stared a beat. Nice. Trained. Elira wiped ichor from claws. Not all defect. Charge beeped ready. Mara slapped it on the bulkhead. Lynn, new vector. We're punching up. Copy. Guest wing clearish. Voros stirring trouble there. Loyalists versus coup. Boom 2. Bulkhead shredded. Upper corridor yawned. Carpeted. Ornate. Palace proper. They burst through. Alarms wailed. Footsteps thundered from both ends. Threx's voice again. Closer. Speakers or suit. End of the line, Vance. Loyalty blinds you. Mara shoved Illyra into a side alcove. Statue niche. Cover! Hunter team rounded the corner. 6 strong, Captain Threx front. His crest flared red, betrayal etched in scars. Threx leveled his rifle. Deliver her. Mara stepped out, pistol two-handed. Oath's oath, Captain. Yours broke first. He laughed, mandibles wide. Human stubbornness. Teams converge! Doors hissed, more pouring in. Illyra's hand gripped Mara's shoulder from behind. Trust. Solid now. Lin, drone strike? Negative. Friendlies mixed. Shuffle inbound. 2 mics. Mara fired first. Slug took Threx's pauldron chipped scale. He roared. Plasma lancing back. She ducked, rolled. Illyra's claws raked a hunter's eyes. Chaos swirled. Bulkheads shifted again. Walls grinding, reshaping the maze. Threx's trap tightened. Mara reloaded. Eyes locked on Illyra. No cornering. Not today. A new rumble shook the floor. Shh! A new rumble shook the floor, shuddering deeper than bulkhead shifts. Lights flickered. Died. Darkness swallowed the corridor. Emergency strips glowed faint red along the baseboards. Hunter visors snapped on. Green ghosts hunting. Mara yanked Illyra low. Lin! Status! Power cut! Lower levels blacked. Voro's work. He's patching codes to Threx now. Stability secured, he says. Shuttle still ETA-1 mic. Thrax's voice barked from the gloom. Voro, codes confirmed? Flash them out. Affirmative, Captain. Service spine sealed at your mark. Betrayal stacked high. Mara slapped her wrist cum. Queen, record now. Time stamped. Offworld burst. Illyra's claws dug her shoulder, trust in grip. She leaned close, voice steady, imperial. Subjects of the Saketh Dominion. This is Queen Illyra Saketh. Captain Threx, Juno, and allies have violated oath. They murder loyalists. I live. Rally to me. Exiles broadcast wide. Mara hit transmit signal, punched through palace jammers. Lin's hack threading it off-world. One clip, irreversible. Now every faction wanted Illyra's head. Coup killers, loyalist fanatics, off-world rivals, all converging. Threx snarled. Traitor signal. Pin them. Plasma bolts scorched walls. Mara fired blind silenced pops. One hunter dropped. Visor cracked. Move. Mara hauled Illyra toward a service hatch. Claws scraped lock. It popped. They tumbled into the transit spine, a narrow vein of pipes, carts, and gloom. Red strips pulsed like veins. Footfalls chased. Hatch clanged shut. Mara wedged her knife in the seam. Cart ahead, Illyra hissed. Maintenance drone bay. Mara sprinted, spotted the emergency cart. Low-slung, 4 wheels, cargo bed. Power dead. She ripped the panel. Wires sparked under fingers, hot-wired in seconds. Old infantry trick. Engine whined alive. Mount up! Illyra vaulted the side. Mara gunned it. Cart lurched forward, headlights cutting fog in the dark tube. Walls blurred, pipes hissed steam. Red light streaked. Lin's voice crackled. Broadcast hit the nets. Off-world chatter, exploding. Loyalist fleets vectoring, but palace nets locking spines. Threx owns the board. Copy. Eyes on. Drone feed glitchy. Photo jammed lower cams. You're blind past next junction. Cart barreled through. Illyra braced, scanning shadows. Left fork. Guest wing access. Loyalists hold there. Mara veered. Tires squealed. A grind echoed behind. Hatches unsealing. Threx's hunters flooded in. Boots thumped. Rifles whirred. They're gaining, Illyra said. Mara pushed the throttle. Cot hit 40. Spine narrowed. Sparks flew off walls. Junction ahead. Lights winked. Trap. Threx triggered it. 4 panels, iris shut ahead. Rear, too. Spine became killbox. Cart. Skidded halt. Hunters piled in from vents. 6, then 8. Threx dropped from an overhead grate. Rifle leveled. Crest flared. Rage red. Endgame, Vance. He advanced. Mandibles clicking. Human petulance dies here. Mara killed the cart lights. Pitched black. Only visor glows. She vaulted out, pistol barking. Slug punched Threx's thigh. Scale shattered. He staggered, plasma spraying wild. Illyra leaped beside her. Claws extended. Queen turned predator. Raked a hunter's throat. Picos sprayed. Stay tight, Mara yelled. Threx roared. Flank her! Close quarters choked the fight. Mara shoulder-checked a hunter into pipes. Elbow cracked mandible. Pistol jammed muzzle in his maw. Fired. Brain matter flecked her vest. Another grappled from behind. Claws tore her pauldron. She reversed. Knife up. Under chin plates. Twist. Drop. Illyra danced feral. Strategic strikes. Dodged plasma. Slashed hamstrings. One hunter crumpled, begging in guttural tongue. She silenced him. No mercy for oathbreakers. Threx charged Mara. Rifle butt swung. She ducked, tackled low. They crashed into the cart. Metal buckled. His weight pinned her. Fists hammered, knuckles, split scales. Stubborn, soft skin. Mara kneed his groin plates. Felt give. He howled. She rolled free, drew combat knife, slashed his rifle strap. It clattered. He drew claws. Palace captain's honor blades. Longer. Serrated. Lunged. Mara parried. Sparks flew. Knife locked. Strength test. His alien bulk pressed. Muscles burned. You're extraordinary, Illyra called, back to back. She downed 2 more. Bodies piled. Humans fight as one. Not done. Mara headbutted Threx. Helm cracked his crest. Dazed him. She twisted knife free. Drove into armpit gap. Soft flesh yielded. He reeled. Plasma rifle forgotten. Claws flailed wild. Lynn broke in. Shuttle docking. Guest wing breach. 30 seconds. Threx lunged final time. Mara sidestepped. Tripped him into Illyra's path. Queen claws plunged deep. Heart strike. Threx spasmed. Fell. Still. Silence dropped. Ichor pooled. Mara panted. Reloaded pistol. Clear? Illyra nodded, wiping blades. For now, burrows next. Hatch ahead. Ground open. Guest wing light spilled. Shouts, loyalist banners rising. But a new voice echoed from palace speakers. Voros, intruders contained. True stability reigns. Cart engine sputtered. Mara hotwired restart. Lin, shuttle ramp, docked. But Voros sealed the berth. Gas incoming. They gunned forward, spine shuttered. Gas vents hissed behind. Loyalists or death waited topside. Broadcast sealed fates. No turning back. Cartbreak screamed as Mara yanked the wheel. The spine racer slammed through guest wing doors. Shattered crystal sprayed. Loyalist banners fluttered from overturned cots. Bodies sprawled, ichor-smeared rugs, plasma burns blackening walls. Contact left, Lin barked over combs. 3 hostiles! Balcony rail! Mara kicked the door panel. It flew open. She rolled out, rifle up, squeezed trigger. Glue bolts stitched the rail. 1 traitor pitched over, claws flailing. The other 2 ducked, returned fire. Bolt scorched air inches from her helm. Illyra vaulted beside her. Queen's claws extended, 4 razor limbs. She hurled a fallen pike. It impaled a shooter's throat. Gurgle. Drop. Clear up top, Mara said. She advanced, sweeping corners. Lin, shuttle status. Sealed tight. Voros overrides. Gas pressure rising, 2 minutes. Shouts echoed deeper in. Loyalist voices. Mara signaled Illyra. They pushed forward, past a fountain, water pink with blood. A figure slumped against it. Scale armor cracked, chest heaving. Loyalist insignia. One of Threx's holdouts. Mara knelt. Rifle trained on shadows. You. God. Talk. The alien wheezed. Crest drooped. Soft skin. Vans. Queen's shadow. His mandibles clicked pain. Claws clutched a gut wound. Ichor bubbled. Where's the panic room? Mara pressed. Voros men have the throne run. Queen needs extraction. He coughed, splattered her visor. Traitors, sealed it. Gallery end. Royal vault, but rigged. Chamberlain's work. Illyra crouched opposite, her voice steel. Ketha, speak true. For your oath. Guard's eyes locked hers. Majesty. Voro bet on Juno first. Now he flips. Panic room. Bioluck. Your scale only. But inside, kill switch, motion trigged. Your presence arms it. Mara's grip tightened. Trap, queen bait. Location exact. Gallery arch. False panel. Code. Socketh eternal. He spasmed. Claws went limp. Illyra closed his eyes. He died loyal. Move. Mara stood. Lin, gallery layout. Exposed. Kill zone. Barricade at midpoint. 4+ hostiles. Voro's voice looping threats. Gas hissed louder behind. Faint sting in air filters. Mara checked mags. Full. Queen, terminal ahead. Illyra nodded. Pointed to wall console. Glowing runes. Locked. Queen slammed palm on scanner. Her claws pierced casing. Wires sparked. She twisted. Overwrite sequence. Screen flickered green. Command access granted. It intoned. Liaison Vance. Authorized. Doors, vents, fields. Mara synced her wrist pad. Palace net bloomed in HUD. Red blips swarmed gallery. Got it. Suppressors on barricade vents. We go loud. Illyra's mandibles set firm. Together, they stacked at gallery doors. Mara punched cycle. Panels ground apart. Vast hall yawned. Crystal vaults overhead. Red carpet, runner to throne arch. Barricade midway. Overturned carts. Traitor guards crouched. Plasma rifles glinted. Fire! A traitor yelled. Bolts erupted. Mara shoved Elira right. Dove left. Carpet shredded. She popped up. Rifle barked. Downed one chest hit. Icar sprayed. Elira bounded forward. Claws sheared a cart leg. It toppled, pinning another's leg. Queen pounced. Blades plunged. Scream cut short. Flank left! Lynn yelled. Drone feed. 2 more circling. Mara rolled prone. Squeezed burst. Second traitor. Jerked. Fell. But barricade crew poured bolts. One grazed Mara's pauldron. Armor held. Singe smell. Suppressing, Mara grunted. Wrist pad command. Vents above barricade hissed gas. Traitors choked. Fired wild. Elira. Charged gap. Leapt barricade. Claws raked 2 at once. Throat strikes. Bodies slumped. Mara covered. Advanced. Firing. Last traitor raised claws. Surrender. No. Drew Hanoblade. Mara double-tapped. Clear. Gallery fell silent. Echoes faded. Bodies steamed. Push, Mara said. They ran. Arch loomed. False panel shimmered. Camouflage field. Elira slapped code pad. Sucketh. Eternal. Panel. Irised. Dark chamber beyond. Panic room. Sealed vault. Glow panels dim. Mara kicked frame. Door buckled inward. She swept entry. Clear. Consoles hummed. Auto dark bed empty. Walls lined with emergency stores. Secure. Ilra stepped in. Red light pulsed center console. Alarm blared, shrill, alien tones. Mara froze. HUD lit. Proximity trigger active. Kill switch armed. Queen, stop. Mara grabbed her arm. Pulled back. Screen flared. Biometric confirmed. SACAF line detected. Countdown initiated. 60 seconds. Plasma purge. Elira's crest flared shock. My presence. Arms it. Voro's voice crackled hidden speaker. Welcome home, Majesty. Stability demands sacrifice. Your loyal softskin can't save you now. Lynn cut in frantic. Mara! Override failing. Voro's jammed net. Shuttle gas full breach. Countdown. 45. Mara scan room. Console locked. Vents sealed. Single exit. Now force-fielded behind them. Elira's claws flexed. Eyes met Mara's. Trust forged in blood. Disarm it, Mara ordered. You're the key. Find how. Explosives ticked in walls. No exit. Queen inside the trap. Mara raised rifle, not leaving without her. Mara slammed her knife into the console's base panel. Sparks flew. She wrenched it free. Wires snaked behind. Glowing blue conduits pulsed with plasma charge. Countdown. 32 seconds. Queen, biometrics. Your claw on that actuator. Mara pointed. Exposed relay hummed. Red light strobing. Elira lunged forward. Her scaled claw slammed the override pad. Nothing. Locked. Voro's code. Power it down. Mara yanked the main conduit. Blue glow flickered. Alarm shrieked higher. Walls vibrated. Explosives priming. Illyra's eyes widened, crest flattened in alien fear. Soft skin, the shunt. Mara traced the actuator. Manual lever hid under a false plate. She smashed it with rifle butt. Lever popped, grabbed it, twisted hard. Gears ground. Red light died. Countdown. 007. Silence crashed in. Voro's voice snarled from the speaker. Impossible. Guards inbound. Threx seals the vault. Lynn crackled in Mara's earpiece. Mara. Drone feed shows Threx's squad breaching East Gallery. Voro's rerouting power shuttle bay compromised. Rooftop LZ viable. Affirm. Mara slung rifle, grabbed Illyra's arm. Out now! Door force field dropped with a hiss. They burst into the corridor. Bodies from earlier cooled on marble. Distant boots thundered. Threx's traitors closing. Mara slapped her vest pouch, ripped open a field ration pack. Protein bar, densest brick, electrolyte tabs. Pulled canteen. Thrust them at Illyra. Eat, drink. We move. Illyra recoiled. Her mandibles clicked. Royal outrage. Sergeant Vance, protocol demands... Eat! Mara shoved the bar into her claw, tore the canteen cap herself, poured water into Illyra's open maw. Queen sputtered, then chewed, slow at first, then faster. Crest relaxed a fraction. They ran. Corridors twisted, palace guts like a hive. Alarms wailed. Mara checked HUD. Threx's squad vectored east flank. Lynn, map overlay. Breach points? Got it. East corridor hold. Threx punching through maintenance tube. Foam it, Mara. Seal 'em out. Mara skidded at junction. Breached wall gaped ahead. Plasma scars, debris. Claws scraped beyond. Threx's voice boomed. Majesty, yield for stability. The human dies first. Mara yanked foam canister from harness. Human issue. Military grade. Thumbed nozzle. White foam erupted, expanding, hardening fast. She swept it across the breach. 20 seconds. Wall of sticky white blocked the hole. Claws scraped futilely on the other side. Threx roared. Salient, primitive glue. Burn it. Laser fires sizzled. Foam charred but held. Superheated crust locked it solid. Illyra stared. Your foam, Sarkef, engineers sealed with plasma welders. Works. Mara pulled her forward. Upstairs, rooftop. Stairs spiraled tight. Illyra's robes snagged. Mara sliced them shorter with knife. Queen didn't protest. Ball wrapper crinkled in her claw. Half-eaten. Lynn pinged. Micro-drone deploying. Threading palace net. Voro's jamming light, but I'm ghosting it. Rooftop, clear-ish. Threx, split squad. Half chasing you, half holding bays. Mara kicked open a service hatch. Wind howled. Upper levels. Status drone. Steering now. Beacon paint loaded. Mark LZ in 10. Corridor ahead split. Gunfire echoed left. Threx's flankers rerouting. Mara shoved Illyra right. Into ducts. Crawl space narrow. Human-sized. Aliens bulkier. Through here, Mara led. Elbows scraped metal. Illyra followed, breath ragged. Sergeant. Why? My guards swore oaths. You borrowed liaison. Mara glanced back. Illyra's eyes gleamed in dark trust budding. Job's the job, Majesty. Eat the rest. Queen nodded. Finished bar. Crumpled wrapper. Pocketed it. Dumped to balcony overlook. Rooftop access ladder beyond. Threx's boots pounded below. Vance! Surrender the pretender. Chamberlain Voro offers amnesty. For you. Mara snorted. Lynn, drone. 5 meters out. Voro spotting it. Jamming spike incoming. Painting now. Tiny buzz overhead. Mara's HUD lit. Green beacon pulsed on rooftop pad. Extraction zone marked. Shuttle could lock. But Voro's voice cut calm static. Soft skin fool. Threx has anti-air. Your bird burns. Illyra tensed. Claws gripped Mara's shoulder. They turn on me. All but you. Mara chambered round. Not all. Climb. They hauled up ladder. Wind whipped. Stars pierced smog. Beacon glowed steady. Shuttle thrusters rumbled distant. Lynn's work, threading signals. Threx burst from stairwell hatch. 6 traitors flanked him. Honor blades drawn. Rifles hot. Captain's crest flared triumph. End of the line, Vance. Queen Illyra, abdicate. Civility for Saketh. Illyra straightened. Voice steel. Traitor Juno. Oath breaker. My line endures. Mara stepped forward. Rifle barked. First traitor dropped. Second lunged. Foam canister met claw. Burst in face. Hardened. Blind. Threx fired. Bolt grazed Mara's pauldron. She rolled. Double-tap center mass. He staggered. Lynn yelled. Shuttle ETA 2 mics. Anti-air priming drone kamikaze incoming. Drone feed showed. Microbot dove at Threx's launcher squad. Exploded in spark shower. Launcher fried. Traitors faltered. Illyra snatched fallen blade. Slashed one's throat. Crest high. Queen reborn. Mara covered. Queen beacon! Illyra slapped emergency panel. Rooftop doors. Irised wide. LZ. Open. Threx charged. Blade high. For stability. Mara sidestepped. Crack. Rifle butt to crest. Down. Last traitor. Fled stairwell. Coward. Shuttle roared in. Ramp dropped. Lynn's voice. Boarding. Voro's reserves inbound. Go. Mara grabbed Illyra's arm. Pulled her aboard. Ramp whined shut. G-forces pinned them. Queen slumped against bulkhead. Clutched. Empty ration wrapper. Sergeant Vance. Tape. Foam. Calories. No ceremony. Mara grinned. Offered fresh canteen. Saved your throne, Majesty. Illyra drank deep. Eyes locked. Loyalty. True weapon. Shuttle banked hard. Palace shrank below. Voro's face flickered on external feed. Furious, plotting. Leon patched through. Mara, orbital relay up! But Voro's got off-world ally signaling. Ku's not dead. Mara checked mag. Queen at her side. Job half done. Mara hauled Queen Illyra up the last ladder rung. Boots scraped ferrocrete. The Queen's claws dug into Mara's pauldron for purchase. Mara boosted her over the lip. Rolled up after. Rifle swept the rooftop. Wind howled across the palace spires. Exposed angles everywhere. No cover except vent stacks and the central beacon tower. Mara crouched low. Pulled Illyra behind a stack. Scanned sightlines. South stairwell smoked from breaching charges. North ramp showed movement. Silhouettes stacking up. Lynn, Mara hissed into comms. Roof secure. LZ hot. Threx inbound. Drone feed crackled in her HUD. Corporal J. Lynn's voice cut through static. Affirm, Sergeant. Captain Traitor's got 12 heavies. Plasma lancers. Auto turrets rolling. Voro's feeding them your position. Shuttle, ETA 90 seconds. Hold the beacon. Mara checked her mag. Half load. Foam grenades, 2. Calorie bars, 1 left. Illyra pressed close. Her crest quivered. Breath ragged from the climb. Sergeant, my guards, defective Majesty, focus on the beacon. Slap it when I say. Mara sighted the emergency panel. 50 meters across open deck. Kill zone. Boots thundered from the south stairwell. Doors slammed wide. Captain Threx Juno strode out first. Crest flared red with authority. Flanked by 6 lancers. 2-wheeled turrets hummed behind. He scanned the roof. Locked eyes on Mara. Staff Sergeant fans! Threx bellowed. Voice amplified over wind. Human loyalty impresses. But this ends now. Hand over the Queen. Clean exit guaranteed. Shuttle off-world. No pursuit. Ira tensed. Claws flexed. Mara kept her covered. Threx's deal hung in the air. Stability. He called it downstairs. Same lie. Mara rose slow. Rifle steady on Threx's crest mass. Negative, Captain. Oaths to the Queen. Not your coup. Threx's mandibles clicked. Amusement? Oath to a fractured line? Voro controls the Council. Off-world fleets pledged to me. Join the winning side. Walk away rich. Guards shifted. Lancer barrels tracked Mara. Illyra whispered. Do not. Quiet, Majesty. Mara keyed comms. Thumbed private channel. Lynn, distraction now. Drones swarm on my mark. Swarm. Primed. Jamming palace net. Market. Threx stepped forward. Turrets whirred live. Last chance, human. We outgun you 10-1. Mara grinned under her visor. Numbers never stopped infantry. She marked. Lynn, hit 'em! Skyline shattered. Dozens of microdrones screamed down from clouds. Palacentia missed. Lynn's hack held. Swarmed dove-like hornets. Sparks erupted on turrets. Guards fired wild. Plasma bolts scorched air. Drones kamikaze. Explosions chained. One turret flipped. Second smoked. Chaos bloomed. Threx roared. Dove behind a stack. His lancers scattered. 2 drop circuits fried in skulls. Mara grabbed Illyra's arm. Sprint! Beacon! Go! Queen bolted. Crest high. Legs pumped like a sprinter's. Mara covered. Rifle cracked. Dropped a lancer mid-charge. Foam grenade arced. Burst on cluster. Hardened foam. Locked 3 in place. Claws thrashed useless. Bolts seared Mara's thigh. Pain flared. Threx's shot. She staggered. Fired back. Missed. Rolled behind vent. Lynn! Suppress! Drone 2 inbound. Shuttle 30 seconds. Illyra reached the tower. Claws slapped panel. Beacon flared blue. LZ signal pulsed. Ramp lights pierced clouds. Threx rallied. Kill the human. Queen falls next, he charged. Heavy lancers slung. Guards reformed. 5 left. Mara popped up. Double tap felled one. Bolt grazed pauldron. She rolled. Foam, last one nailed a turret gunner. Illyra snatched a fallen blade from foam. Slashed a traitor's throat. Crest Regal. Blood sprayed. Human! Threx bellowed. You bleed for her? She's lost. Mara sidestepped his lunge. Boot cracked his knee. Rifle butt smashed crest. He dropped, groaned. Last guards faltered. One fled stairwell. Shuttle roared in. Ramp dropped. Lin yelled. Boarding! Voros reserves inbound. Go! Mara grabbed Illyra. Pulled her aboard. Ramp whined shut. G-forces pinned them. Queen slumped against bulkhead. Clutched empty ration wrapper. Sergeant Vance. Tape. Phone. Calories. No ceremony. Mara grinned. Offered fresh canteen. Fi burned. She ignored it. Saved your throne, Majesty. Illyra drank deep. Eyes locked on Mara's. Loyalty. True weapon. Shuttle banked hard. Palace shrank below. External feed flickered. Voro's furious face glared up, plotting. Lin patched through. Mara! Orbital relay up. But Voro's got off-world allies signaling. Ku's not dead. Mara checked Mag. Queen at her side. Job half done. She keyed fleet command. Vance to relay. Principal secure. Request orbital strike on Palace grid. Coup in progress. Static hissed. Then, strike approved. Coordinates locked. Illyra straightened. Strike my palace. Traitors hold it, Majesty. Clean sweep. Your line endures. Queen nodded, crest steady. Trust built in blood and drones. Shuttle punched atmosphere. Stars wheeled. Mara watched feed. Missiles streaked. Palace grid lit like fireworks. Voro's reserves vaporized. Phrex's stability crumbled. But Lin's warning lingered. Off-world allies. Bigger fight inbound. Mara bandaged thigh. Offered calorie bar. Eat. We regroup Orbido. Illyra took it. Claws brushed Mara's glove. You refused his deal. Why? Simple job, Majesty. Protect the principal. Mara sighted stars. Humans did jobs. Aliens schemed. Combo won wars. Lin chimed. Fleet vectoring. Enemy signatures jumping in system. 3 cruisers. Voro's backers. Mara stood. Rifle ready. Queen. Strap in. Round 2. Illyra rose beside her. Blade gripped tight. Together. Shuttle shuddered. Alarms blared. Battle joined. Mara covered the Queen's flank. Again, explosions rocked the hull. Lin vectored drones. Evasive! Point defense hot. Mara braced. Illyra matched her stance. Human grit met alien steel. Coup fractured. Loyalty held. Fleet beacons flashed. Allies inbound. Human marines prepped. Drop pods. Voro's cruisers loomed. Plasma lances charged. Mara smiled. Lin, pink targets. We end this. Affirm. For the Queen. Shuttle Dove. Weapons hot. Principles secure. But war expanded. Palace coup sparked Empire fire. Mara's job? Just beginning. Phrex's promise echoed. Clean exit. Mara answered with broken skyline. And unbroken oath. Illyra's gaze met hers. Sergeant, what do humans call this? Mara chambered round. Duty. Majesty. Let's finish it. Rockets launched. Cruisers burned. Loyalty weaponized. HFY ignited. Plasma bolts streaked past Mara's helmet as the human dropship screamed in low, rotors whipping debris across the palace courtyard. She crouched behind a shattered pillar, rifle barking controlled bursts at the traitors swarming the ramparts. Queen Illyra knelt beside her, claws digging into the stone, her iridescent scales dulled by soot and blood. "Extraction now," Mara growled into her comm. "Lin, light 'em up." "Affirm, Sergeant. Drones, inbound." Ramp dropping hot. Corporal J. Lin's voice cut through static, steady as ever. The dropship hovered, belly ramp yawning open under a hail of fire. Winch line snaked down, cables whipping in the rotor wash. 2 human Marines repelled first, mag rifles chattering, suppressing the coup's front line. "Principal, move!" one bellowed. Illyra surged forward. Mara led cover fire, dropping a guard with a headshot. The Queen clipped a harness to her waist, signaled up. The winch yanked her skyward, her blade flashing as she slashed a dangling traitor mid-air. Threx Juno burst from a side archway, his captain's armor scarred but intact. Decorated hero turned ringleader, pistol raised at the ascending Queen. "No throne for exiles," he roared. Mara pivoted. She snap-fired, grazing his shoulder pauldron. Threx dove behind a fountain, returning fire that chipped stone inches from her boot. Dropship gunners stitched the courtyard, buying seconds. Illyra reached the ramp, Marines hauling her aboard. "Threx is loose," Mara snapped to Lin. "Vector drone on him." "Copy. Painting target. You've got 30 seconds before we dust off." Mara broke cover, sprinting low across open ground. Plasma scorched her thigh bandage, reigniting the wound from earlier. She ignored it. Threx popped up, firing wild. She slid into a drainage grate, rolled, and flanked him. He spun, too late. Mara tackled him from the shadows, driving her rifle butt into his jaw. They crashed behind a venting stack, hot exhaust blasting their faces. She pinned his arm, pistol grinding into his neck. "Frill, drop it, Captain, or I paint the wall with your stability." Threx snarled, mandibles flexing. His pistol clattered free. Vance, the outsider. Illyra's throne crumbles. Join the winning side. Voro's cruisers wait off-world. She zip-tied his wrists, knee in his back. Humans don't flip oaths like menu cards. "Rifle trained," she keyed her comm. Lin, Threx secured. "One prisoner for interrogation." Roger. Queen aboard, doors cycling. Haul ass. Across the courtyard, loyalist guards, holdouts who'd rejected the coup, emerged from barricades. Illyra's voice boomed over the palace net, hijacked by Lin's hack. "Loyalists of Sakef, secure the grid. Chamberlain Voroke stands exposed. Arrest him now. Transmit visual." Mara glanced at her wrist display. Drone feed showed Voro in the throne room, claws raised in denial as armored figures closed in. Doors slammed, restraints clicked. "Traitor," Illyra intoned. "Your wagers fail." Threx bucked under Mara. "Lies," Voro promised. "Quiet." She dragged him upright, rifle muzzle firm against his spine. The dropship dipped lower, Marines laying precise fire to clear her path. She shoved Threx ahead, using him as a shield. Bolts pinged off his armor. They hit the ramp at a run. Marines grabbed Threx, slamming him into restraint webbing. Mara leaped aboard last, ramp whining shut as rotors thundered to full power. The ship banked hard, evading a missile streak. Mara stripped Illyra's insignia, a jeweled brooch, from her own tack vest. She'd pocketed it earlier. Proof of principle secured. She pressed it into the Queen's claw. Yours, Majesty. Palace net's yours again. Illyra's multifaceted eyes locked on hers, claws closing tight. No words. Just a nod, fierce and grateful. Her frills flared. Alien trust. Hard won. Alarms wailed. Lynn's voice crackled. Enemy signatures jumping in system. 3 cruisers, Voro's backers. Fleet vectoring to intercept. Mara braced against bulkhead straps, sighting her rifle out a slit port. Stars wheeled. Queen, strap in. Round 2. Illyra rose beside her, blade gripped tight. Together, the dropship shuddered, point defense cannons hot. Explosions rocked the hull as it clawed for orbit. Mara covered the Queen's flank. Again. Lynn vectored drones through the chaos. Evasive maneuvers, cruisers painting us. Mara chambered a fresh mag. Human grit, alien steel. Cool fractured, but Empire fire spread. Frex stirred in restraints, glaring. You delay the inevitable, human. She ignored him, principle secure, job ongoing. Illyra touched her calm. Sergeant Vance, what do humans call refusing the palace coup alone? Mara smiled under her visor. Duty, Majesty. Rockets launched from the dropship's pods. Cruisers loomed. Plasma lances charging. Fleet beacons flashed, alleys inbound. Human marines prepped drop pods across the net. Lynn chimed. Targets painted. We end this. Affirm. Mara stood tall. Loyalty weaponized. The battle joined. Palace intrigue burned behind. Orbital war ignited ahead. Thrax laughed bitterly. 1 soldier, 1 queen. Against an armada? Mara sighted a cruiser bridge. Watch. Her shot cracked armor. Drones swarmed. Illyra's loyalists rallied on open channels. Voro's secret spilled. Coordinates. Alliances cracked. The first cruiser listed. Engines blooming fire. Cheers erupted over comms. Illyra's claw brushed Mara's glove. Calorie bar pressed into her palm. Eat. We regroup orbitals. Mara took it. Simple job. No schemes. Just action. Humans did jobs. Aliens ruled. Together, they won. Shuttle dove into the fray, weapons hot. Vrex's promise of clean exit shattered like the skyline below. Unbroken oath held, but Lynn's warning lingered. Off-world allies massing. Bigger fight inbound. Mara bandaged her thigh tighter. Rifle ready. Lynn, status? Clear for now. Human fleet jumping in 5. Hold the line. Illyra matched her stance. 4. Saketh. Mara nodded. For the principal. Explosions rattled the hull. Point defense thrummed. Cruisers burned 1 by 1. Trust built in fire. Betrayal purged. HFY sparked Empire's salvation. Frex slumped. Defeated. Captain no more. Queen's gaze met Mara's. Sergeant. Humans extraordinary. Mara chambered another round. Just doing the job, Majesty. War expanded. Duty called. They answered, together.